Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel for a very quick edition of the Chronicles of Aguna Extra. And this is one that I thought of doing, having sat and watched Portugal absolutely tear apart Switzerland in their round of 16 clash at the World Cup finals last night. Really enjoyed the performance from the Portuguese. Really enjoyed watching Gonçalo Ramos justify the decision that Fernando Santos took to leave Cristiano Ronaldo out of the team. But he's not the player that I've come away thinking about. He's not the player that is in the forefront of my mind. It is Joao Felix, the Atletico Madrid man. He's been linked with Arsenal before. He's a player that I think a lot of us have talked about before as someone who would be a really good fit to this Arsenal side. Someone who's capable of bringing that intensity, the press, but also has the football intelligence to play the way that we like to play. He has the football intelligence to create chances, to unlock even the most stubborn of defences. And based on some quotes that I read yesterday from his agent, in which, it was pretty much put out there that his relationship with Atletico Madrid coach Diego Simeone is not very good. It seems as though there is a real chance for somebody to go in there and get him out if the price is right. Now, of course, Joao Felix was bought by Atletico Madrid for a very vast amount of money. So this is not going to be a cheap deal to do. But when you listen to all the noises coming out of Spain from his agent and from various other people close to the player, close to the club, you do get the impression that the situation has got to a point whereby Atletico would be open to an offer, would be open to the prospect of him moving on. The player himself is clearly quite keen to make that move as well. The Premier League is a very attractive place for a lot of people. And I don't think, from an Arsenal perspective, we're going to be in a position as strong as this to go out and sort of convince people of our project as we are today. We're in a great situation. We're 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Okay, we've been rocked, I beg your pardon, by the Gabriel Jesus news. But, this is a side that is making clear progress. This is a coach that is doing a great job. He's got the buy-in of everybody involved. It's a club that, announced some losses again the other day, but is moving in the right direction, because if you compare those losses to the season prior and you add to the fact that we're in the Europa League now, so we've at least got that UEFA revenue that makes that shortfall up that we saw announced just a few days ago. Arsenal are in a good position, I think, to double down on the relative success that they've had so far under Mikel Arteta, to double down on the progress that we've seen, and to go out and bring in a top player. Now, people are talking a lot about Mykhailo Mudryk. He's someone that's been heavily linked, and I like Mykhailo Mudryk, I do. But would I prefer him to Joao Felix? No, I wouldn't. I'd prefer Joao Felix. Now, here are my reasons why. I think he's played in a stronger league. I think he's proven himself on a much bigger stage. He's proven himself at Champions League level, and he's proven himself playing for one of the top clubs in Spain. Now, that is in stark contrast to Mykhailo Mudryk, who's a great player, who's moving in the right direction. But let's be honest, he's doing it in Ukraine with Shakhtar Donetsk. Yes, he's done it on the Champions League stage to a point and to a degree. But is he as sure a bet? Is he a sure thing like Joao Felix is? I don't think so. And based on what we're hearing, based on what we're being told about Joao Felix's situation, I think you could probably get them for around about a similar price. And so for me, Felix is not the biggest gamble of the two. And I'm not about taking big gambles when you're spending big amounts of money. I think Arsenal have been very calculated in the way they've done their business of late. They've looked at players that they, at least within their own minds, believe are a sure thing. And maybe that's how they feel about Mykhailo Mudryk. But Joao Felix, to me, can play through the middle as a centre-forward, could easily help us get through this period without Gabriel Jesus. Maybe not the most prolific goal scorer, again, similar to Gabriel Jesus, but someone who links play together extremely well, who has that aggression and ability to lead a line in the way that Gabriel Jesus does, and somebody whose reputation and name would, as I said about Jesus, strike fear into opposition players in the way that Eddie Nketiah just doesn't at this stage in his career. So I really like this idea. He can play from the left. He can play as kind of a second striker in behind the centre forward as well. And I think he could play from the right as well. So when we talk about Arsenal wanting somebody who could play anywhere across the front line, and somebody who wouldn't just be a knee-jerk panic buy now as a result of the injury news that we've just heard, and could actually add something moving forward, Joao Felix, for me, ticks every single box. Go and get him now, Arsenal. Go and test Atletico Madrid's resolve. Go and test it, because I'm telling you, the player wants out. Atletico Madrid know that and are well aware of that and would be stupid to turn down a significant offer for a player that clearly doesn't have a future at Atletico Madrid for as long as Diego Simeone's at the helm. Go and get this deal done. Go and at least try and get it done, Arsenal. It's one that I'm desperate to see the Gunners try and go and do. Everybody was talking about Gonzalo Ramos last night, and he was great. There's no doubt about that. And that first goal was an absolute rocket. To beat Jan Sommer at his near post like that, it takes something really, really special. But in the build-up to that goal, just go back and watch it again. Joao Felix is the one that plays the pass into Gonzalo Ramos. And if you watch it again, Joao Felix has got Granit Xhaka coming to close him down. And watch that pass closely. He just puts a slight dink on the ball to chip it over the outstretched leg of Granit Xhaka and make sure that it gets into Gonzalo Ramos, who then obviously takes the net off pretty much with that thunderous strike. But it's that kind of football intelligence that I want in our front line. It's that kind of, ability to kind of provide the deftest of touches and those moments of magic that really do make the difference. And maybe to a lot of people go unnoticed, but that's the kind of subtle qualities that I want to see in a forward player. And that's what you need to be able to link up with people effectively. Joao Felix, for me, would be an incredible signing. An incredible signing. And if there's any chance, any possibility of this happening, or Arsenal making this happen, if indeed they want it, then they've got to explore it. So Arsenal, go and get him. Go and get Joao Felix. I'd be buzzing if that was a deal that we were able to make happen. But we'll see. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to join me later on, where we're going to be doing a full live watch-along of Arsenal's game against Lyon in the Dubai Super Cup. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. UK time. We'll be live at 3:15 on the Chronicles of a Gooner YouTube channel. Come and check it out. The game is behind the paywall, so if you don't fancy paying for it and you want to just keep across the action and the events, I'll be bringing you coverage, commentary, talking to you guys in the comments as well throughout, and we'll be keeping an eye on how Arsenal do in that one. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you all in a bit. Cheers.